For neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever.
Right, so they're supposed to be around for the beginning, but they're not going to be forever because the Lord's going to destroy the idols, man. This time he's gonna destroy him forever. He'll never be erected again. Neither will Esau. Go ahead.
For by the vain glory of men they entered into the world, and therefore shall they come shortly to an end.
Right. So by the vain glory of men they entered into the world, man. The whole thing about Barabbas Christmas. That was giving glory unto Esau. They wanted them an idol for everybody to worship, to make themselves seem like they were somebody within the earth. Because the Lord had them ever reputed as nothing, man. In these other nations, they erected idols to have some type of power in the earth. But it's false power. It's deception. So they use their deception to deceive other people, man. Go ahead.
Verse 15. For a father afflicted with untimely mourning, when he hath made an image of his child soon taken away, now honored him as a god, which was then a dead man.
Right. Just go back to what was it? Tammuz, Nimrod, and Semiramis. That was I think one of them died in the war, and they brought back the wife, his private part, and she inserted it into herself. It's the whole bullshit about fertility, man. Like, so that's what it all goes back down to. And it, throughout generation, individuals call it something different. It all goes back to the worship of the Queen of Heaven. It doesn't matter how you try to disguise it, man. It's going to lead you to your destruction. So our people need to get out of these false holidays, man, because it was set up by man, not by the Most High. Go ahead.
Hey, Con, if I may add on too, that's why Scripture says there's a way that seems right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. You know, so you sitting here practicing these things. Well, we did it all this time. I was brought up this way, this, that, and the third. Hey, just because it seems right unto you, that doesn't mean it's right, man. You know, so that's why you got to acknowledge the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai in all your ways, man. That He directs your steps with you, because what you thinking is not the way of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man.
Because first you got to acknowledge the Lord and fear Him, so that way you can get that understanding and wisdom and knowledge, and then you have to look at the way He wants people to live. You look at His ways and then analyze them to yours. It's like, oh, okay, so I shouldn't be eating pork. All right, let me leave that alone. All right, I shouldn't be doing this. All right, boom, and then slowly but surely you'll start to turn yourself onto the Lord.
Yeah, something going on.
All right, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, and verse 13. Consider the works of Yahweh, for who can make that straight which He have made crooked?
It's not possible. You can't make anything straight that the Lord made crooked. Easter is crooked. So you can't make it straight. You can't say you're doing it for the Lord, because the Lord didn't choose that way for it to be done to Him. He didn't want us to be worshiping. He didn't want to be worshiping that way. He had set ways He wanted to be worshiped. You don't go according to those guidelines, you're worshiping the devil. It doesn't matter if you do it directly or indirectly. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And just to add on to that, you can't even say that you're doing it for the kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's vanity.
Because if the kids wouldn't even know about it unless you told them about it.
Exactly. So you're supposed to train up a child the way they should. Not them training you to the ways of the world.
So basically you're saying you're just doing it for the kids. You're basically saying I'm destroying my children.
Right.
I'm just doing it so I can destroy them, so they can have the same mindset I had coming up in this matrix. That's basically all you're saying. You're basically saying you don't want to resist the matrix. You want your children to be partakers of it, just like how you were.
Well, that's the mindset. Look at the what was that, the pandemic?
Yeah.
Took their children down there.
Yep.
Saying to be helping the children, but they're really killing them off.
Killing them off. Yep.
Now they regret
Passing them through the fire.
In Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 28, it says, "But where are thy gods that thou hast made thee? Let them arise if they can save thee in the time of trouble. For according to the number of thy cities are thy gods, O Judah. Wherefore will ye plead with me? Ye have all transgressed against me, said the Lord, In vain have I smitten your children. They receive no correction. Your own sword have devoured your prophets like a destroying lion.
Right, in vain he smitten the children because he didn't have to smite the children if the parents would have taught him to correctly. You know what I'm saying? So that falls on the parents. Like you chose this for your children. So the Lord is showing us our wicked ways for us to turn from. But 2/3 of our people chose not to throughout generation and generation and generation.
And this is Proverbs 22:15. Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction shall drive it far from him.
And that's what you should have did. He had love as his child, causing him off the field of rod. Hey, somebody get Sirach chapter 30, verse 1 to back that up.
Sirach chapter 30, verse 1. He that loveth his son calls him off the field of rod.
Right, you gonna, man, you spare the rod, you spoil the child. We don't want no spoiled children running around here looking like Esau.
Hey, that's how you know Esau goes contrary to the Lord Yahweh, because the BS that they teach today, oh no, that's child neglect, this, that, and the third. He's sitting here punishing kid. Hey, nah, man, we're gonna apply that rod to his ass. Why? Because if he know better, he's gonna do better, man. So if we correct him now in this wrongdoing, he won't do it again. Or he'll think about it twice before he get ready to do it, man. So that's what the Lord Yahweh is doing to us, man. So Esau's doing what the Lord Yahweh is doing to him, letting everybody run rampant, you know.
All right, so let's take it back to this, right? So now that just let you know this is how Esau is contrary to the Most High, right? Let's go back to Genesis when his punishment, right? He told Cain in the beginning, hey, why are you wroth with me? Don't you know if you gave a righteous sacrifice, a reward shall be added onto you? But the wrong sacrifice is disobedience, and sin waited till you were upon the door. So when he got his judgment, his punishment for killing his brother, man, right? What did he say? Oh, this punishment is too much for me to bear, right? Because he didn't want to be chastised. But what does Israel say? You know what I'm saying? Or our chastisement is for our correction. There's countless books that we have written, accepting our chastisement for the war and understanding it's to our correction. But Esau, being the spoiled brat that he is, going all the way back to Cain, he ain't never going to accept his punishment.
Hey, good word, spoiled brat, man. So with that being said, instead of him correcting himself, changing himself, he decided to take out his brother, man. Why? Because he felt like he didn't need to change, man. You know, that's the same way that 2/3 of our people are in today's time, man. They're stiff-necked. They feel like they don't need to turn around, man.
This is Hebrews 12:6. I'm going to read the 7. For whom the Lord loveth, he chastiseth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. If ye endure chastising, Yahweh dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chastiseth not?
Right, so that lets you know that Esau's not his son. These other nations are no kin to Yahweh Shai, man. He's not dealing with them. That's why he's putting such a correction on Israel. Because just like how your mom used to say, but Bobby was out there doing it, Bobby is not my child. So therefore, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Everybody heard that one. And with mama or dad, Billy ain't my child. That's between Billy and his parents. But right now, that ass is mine. That's what my dad used to tell me. You know, so that's what it is. That's what Yahweh Shai telling us. Your ass is mine. That's where I will visit you for your iniquity. Right? But when the Lord, he gives us a chance to correct ourselves, right, through the Spirit. Don't nobody else get that chance, man.
And then our parents also say, when you go outside this house, you can do whatever you want, but as long as you're in my house, you got to abide by my rules. We're never going to be outside the Lord's house.
Man, listen, and your parents be lying when they say that. When you go outside your house, you can do whatever you want to, because they'll come to your house and come to your house and tell you what you're not supposed to be doing. So don't believe that when the parents say when you leave out my house, you can do whatever you want to, because they still going to be on your ass. Just like Yahweh, we left the house of the Lord, right? And what happened? Those ass whoopings followed us. They say those curses shall pursue you until you be destroyed. So it didn't matter what house we ran into, those curses followed behind us. That ass whooping, that belt came right behind us to correct us. That's how much the Lord loves us, man. Get back to Wisdom of Solomon.
Back to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, starting back at 15.
All right, go ahead.
This is Leviticus, just on the topic of how our people, 2/3 of our people, they celebrate these holidays, and more so on the children. All right, they're sacrificing their children spiritually.
Yeah.
This is Leviticus chapter 18 and verse 21. And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy power. I am the Lord. Man. So that's what our people are doing spiritually by not teaching the children uprightly and worshiping the father days, all right? Or using the excuse of it's for the kids or it's let them have fun, so on and so forth, man, as a scapegoat. All right, you're sacrificing your children unto idols.
Right. It ain't for the kids, it's for you. It's for you. You know?
You got a remark. How people like to say they doing it for the kids. Well, you gonna get judged for the kids, you and your babies.
Right. The Lord gonna put that. Okay, you did that for your children. Okay, take this ass whooping for them too. That's what you got. That's for the kids. Yes.
And then somebody said earlier that we've been participating in this paganism all this time and ain't nothing happened. This is a precept for what's gonna happen. This is Sirach, chapter 5 and verse 4. Say not, I have sinned, and what harm has happened unto me? For the Lord is long suffering. He will in no wise let thee go. So that judgment gonna come. It don't matter where you run, what cover you try to hide behind. The Lord keeping tabs of everything we doing. And he's gonna judge you accordingly.
Right. Just like we have behind the tree in the shade. He just brought up a point like we was there earlier.
Everybody gonna take 2 steps back.
But yeah, man. Keep going with that.
This is Wisdom Solomon 14 verse 15. For a father afflicted with untimely mourning, when he hath made an image of his child, soon taken away, now honored him as a God, which was then a dead man, and delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices. Thus, in process of time, an ungodly custom grown strong, which kept as a law.
Went all the way back from Nimrod to Sejere Borzer. That whole worshiping somebody's child. Right? Y'all, anybody going up in the church, they represent Sejere Borzer, man. The son of the 6th Pope of Rome, man. That's what they're worshiping. They're worshiping somebody else's child that can't save you from nothing. Go ahead.
And the graven images were worshipped by the commandments of the king.
The commandments of the king. The king will go back to Babylon. When he erected that statue, of course, everybody to worship him. You know what I'm saying? It goes on and on and on and on and on, man. Well, when is it gonna stop? The Most High gonna put a stop to it, man. And it sucks to be those that's still caught up in that folly that can't choose the creator over the creation. Right?
Thus, verse 17, whom men could not honor in presence because they dwelt far off.
Right.
They took the counterfeit of his visage from visage from far and made an express image of a king whom they honored. To the end, that by this their forwardness they might flatter him that was absent, as if he were present.
Right. These statues they're making of the individuals, they dead and gone. How you gonna flatter him that he's not even present? You know, just like what was it? Who pushed down that statue and they went to seek after him, and they's like, well, let he be a god, let him defend himself. Let him pick himself up, huh?
Daniel.
No, it wasn't Daniel. It was.
What are you talking about?
They changed the name Jerubbaal because he pushed down the statue of
Jerubbaal?
Was it Jerubbaal? It might have been
the king.
Yeah, he pushed the statue over, right? Because the Lord told him to go knock over the statue.
Yeah.
And he went and knocked over the statue, and they put a decree out to go kill him.
Gideon.
But his father was like,
Gideon.
it wasn't Gideon, it might have been Gideon.
Gideon.
Yeah, so his father was like, yo,
That statue
y'all,
Dagon.
Altar of Baal.
Dagon or something.
Dagon. So he's like, if he be a god, let him defend himself. But why y'all mad because he pushed a statue over on the ground, and that statue can't even, y'all gotta help the statue get up. It's supposed to be a god, but the statue can't get up off the floor by itself. You know what I'm saying? The statue couldn't even be, You had to use your hands to carve out the statue that y'all worship. What sense does that make? Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 18. Also, the singular diligence of the artificer did help to set forward the ignorant to more superstition.
Right, so you have creative individuals that are totally ignorant of Yahweh Bashim Shai's existence. So what do? They use their creativity for wickedness. Because they want to physically see something to bow down to. They don't want to submit themselves to Yahweh Bashim Shai. Go ahead.
Verse 19. For he preadventure, willing to please one in authority, force all his skill to make the resemblance of the best fashion. And so the multitude, allured by the grace of the word, took him now for a god, which a little before was but honored as a man.
Right. So they take people that were honored as a man and turn them into gods, man. Look at the so-called founding fathers over there in Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Look at that, what is that, Rio de Janeiro, that big ass statue that's like 100 feet tall of Cesare Borgia. I wish I could go thump the shit out that shit. If you got,
They worshiping him like he was some righteous man on there.
right, like he ain't did nothing right. So everything he did was wicked.
He probably like Diddy. Right, he's probably living just like Diddy.
Hey, if you think about it, yeah, him and Diddy go hand in hand with some of their lustful actions.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Take that. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 1. It says, "Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Hamashiach." It says, "Now I praise you, brethren, that you remember me in all things, and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you." So we gotta keep the things that Yahweh gave us, man. He freely gave us, man. Keeping his law, statutes, and his commandments, man. Honoring them. Because why? People don't wanna hearken unto Yahweh. It says be ye followers of me, man. So we gotta follow Yahweh's footsteps, man. The way to righteousness, man, is through him. But our people like to cling on to idolatry, man. And the scripture says to flee from that, man. And it's such a beautiful thing to not worship stupidly anymore. As a quick testimony myself, I've been on my spiritual journey since I was like 13 years old. And, like my father would force Jehovah's Witnesses on me. And the Lord preserved me all the way till it took me, about 15, almost 20 years to find them. But I found them. And it was such a relief because I knew every way I was worshiping at the time was wrong. But I thought I was wrong, and I thought everybody else was righteous in the church, in the kingdom hall, wherever I was at. But not realizing that the Lord was showing me that's why it was so distasteful for me. And there was a fear there because I didn't know what direction to go. But the Lord was guiding me the whole time, man, and guiding me right straight to the elder, which is beautiful. So once you're found by Yahweh, by Shai, you're able to find yourself and who you are really, and you also become the essence of his existence. You become a footprint in the sand of his existence, and that's beautiful, man. From a righteous standpoint, because Esau's the footprint of his existence also from the left-hand side. So everything pays homage of who created everything in some way, shape, or form. So you can't get around Yahweh by Shai, period. Some more precepts. All right, go ahead.
Romans chapter 1, verse 21. Because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as God.
They didn't glorify the Most High as God because when they knew him, they glorified, but they tried to find other things to glorify him with. Because the Negro, Latino, the Native Americans need to understand who the Creator is. The Father's name is Yahweh, His Son's name is Yahweh. America's about to be destroyed. Ain't gonna be no more picnics in the park, man. So we gotta find a way to escape that. Escape that is turning back and repenting, calling upon the names of Yahweh, the names of Yahweh, man. Go ahead.
Neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened.
Right, became vain in their imagination. Their foolish hearts were darkened, man. So their imagination became even more vain. Like, you can have a vivid imagination and still worship Yahweh by Shem Shai. You just gotta understand the truth. Go ahead.
Verse 22, professing themselves to be wise, they became fools and changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like a corruptible man.
Made like a corruptible man.
And to birds and the four-footed beasts.
Four-footed beast. One of those four-footed beasts is the bunny rabbit. Go ahead.
Wherefore God,
For real.
wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves.
All right. Gave them up to the uncleanness of the lust of their own hearts. Right. Because he gave the world, he put the world in their minds, man. He put the world in their hearts. So all the lusts of the world, that's what they're going to follow behind, man. But the true worshipers of Yahweh by Shem Shai, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that are the true worshipers of Yahweh by Shem Shai, will have a true understanding of what it means to worship him.
Verse 25, who changed the truth of God into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever.
Right, so woe to them that put evil for good and good for evil. All right, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter, man. There's going to be destruction under them, man. Because what they're doing, they're causing people to err in the way of truth.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 3. Remember therefore how thou hast received and heard, and hold fast and repent. If therefore thou shalt not watch, I will come on thee as a thief, and thou shalt not know what hour I will come upon thee.
You looking for the Lord to show up, and he show up right in your face. You don't even know who he is until he slap the hell out you. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Right. If people aren't going to know who he is, because
We good. Finish your point.
but people aren't going to know who he is because they haven't been searching for his face. All right, the face of the Lord is in the scriptures. All right,
We'll find out.
not only in Daniel but in Revelation, and also his mannerisms, his ways, and his characteristics are also in the scriptures. That's why the scriptures say, "Blessed is he that readeth." All right, because we have to read to understand who he is, and our people are and you can tell the curseness of our people because they say if you want to hide something from a black man, put it in the book, and that's sad because literally our history, our culture, our heritage, our nationality is in this book, and there's a lot of our people who still don't want to read.
Right.
Because they lack that wisdom, knowledge, understanding of Yahweh by Shem Shai. They're going about looking for the image of the corruptible man. They're looking for somebody with gain, carnal goods, worldly substance. Like Eve, when the serpent beguiled her, she saw it as a tree to be wise, to make her, move a certain type of way, make her powerful or something like that. Just a paraphrase. And that was her downfall. That was the fall of man. And the 2/3 of our people following the ways of this world, that's going to be their downfall.
And ultimately, our downfall was listening to the woman. Instead of listening to Yahweh, by Shem Shai. It won't happen again. Won't happen again. You've been talking to them. What did Job say? Well, girl, you sound like one of them foolish women. The buck stops here. Ain't gonna,
What scripture say? Through women came the beginning of sin, and through her we shall all die, man.
Y'all, what's up? You got a precept?
Okay,
all right.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 1 and verse 30. But of him are ye in Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, whom of Yahweh is made unto wisdom and righteousness and sanctification and redemption, that according as it is written, he that glorieth, let him glory in the Lord.
Right. That's going into the breakdown of Jeremiah 9 and 27 or 23. One of them. If anybody glory in anything, glory that you know Yahweh by Shem Shai, because that's the only thing you need to glory in. Anything else is going to lead you to your destruction. You're trying to glory in money, you're going to get tore up. Trying to glory in worldly wisdom, you're definitely gonna get towed up. Any precepts over here? Over here? Go ahead. No, I was saying if there any more precepts before I go into that.
This is Rock, chapter 15, verse 17. Before a man is life and death, whether him like it shall be given him. For the wisdom of the Lord is great, and he is mighty in power, and beholdeth all things. And his eyes are upon them that fear him, and he knoweth every work of man.
Right. So here's the thing though. Like you have people, you have musicians, right? Famous musician, when I was coming up with David Copperfield, right? And you know, they were the master of illusions, right? But here's the thing, because their mind is so seared with magic that they can't understand what Yahweh Shem Yahushua has presented in front of them. Read that part again.
Before a man is life and death.
Yeah.
Sirach 15 and 17. Before a man is life and death, and whether him like it shall be given him.
Right. So if you have a carnal mind, and before a man is life and death, and the Lord is teaching you to become dead to this world, right? To live in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you're not going to be willing to do that because you don't have the mindset to do that. So you're gonna choose spiritual death over carnal death, right? But you're gonna think that you got to cleave onto this world or to this system in order to live. But Yahweh Shem Yahushua is telling you you need to detach yourself from this system and become dead to the world in order to live. Because the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans need to understand that they're the children of Israel, man. The Most High Yahweh's chosen people. Turn back and repent. America's about to be destroyed. Not destructured like it's the sense of being destroyed like we were destroyed as a nation, but utterly destroyed, never inhabited again in existence, ever. That's what's going to happen to this place. You got some more? All right, go ahead.
Verse 20. He hath commanded no man to do wickedly, neither have he given any man license to sin. So there's no excuse. There's no excuse for going out here celebrating Easter, calling on false names, not repenting to the Most High power, seeking him out while he may be found.
You got one yet? Y'all, what's up? You got 7%.
I got Psalm chapter 50 verse 5.
All right, let's get it.
Gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me.
Okay, you can't make that covenant celebrating Easter. You can't be gathered unto y'all celebrating Easter. It ain't gonna happen. Go ahead.
By sacrifice.
And this is our sacrifice that we're making.
But yeah, that's talking about the Israelites in general.
Come.
Yeah, not the whole world. So nobody on this earth, other nation, can say they gathering anybody. So any institutes, anything that Esau built, they ain't gathered nothing.
They scattered.
Yeah, building the third temple. What are they gathering? You know, a bunch of vanity.
Right.
You know what I mean? They said like birds in a cage.
Yeah, they
That
gather
cage,
firewood.
a cage full of birds, firewood. Huh?
Hell.
They got. They gather hell. They gather firewood, man.
All right.
Yep.
All right,
Let me see how much time we got.
Come on down the line.
Yeah, we're gonna get this battery thing situated next week.
Chapter 23 verse 8. The sinner shall be left in his foolishness. Both the evil speaker and the proud shall fall thereby. So the sinner, the transgressor, is going to be left in his foolishness. Is going to be left in what? In celebrating pagan, satanic holidays.
And guess what? They're going to be out here doing some Easter egg hunting. They're going to find a missile.
Well, they're gonna open that joint. That's gonna say judgment coming to you.
They're going to open that bitch. It's going to be the golden egg. It's going to be look up.
Yeah, with DTA.
And it also says both the evil speaker and the proud shall fall thereby. So those who are speaking these lies, these evil speakers right here and the proud, they're gonna be left in their foolishness too. They're gonna be set up judgment by Yahweh Shem Yahushua as well.
Yep.
For celebrating Easter and many other things that are transgressing to the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Right.
This is 2 Corinthians 4, and I'm going to start at 3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, Least the light of the glorious gospel of the Mashiach, who is the image of Yahweh, should shine unto them.
Yeah, so the Lord's like, hey, Satan, I got something for you. Go get them. I'm gonna hand them over to you. He turned them over to vile affections. He turned them over to be a lie that they couldn't receive the love of the truth, that they could be saved. The Lord turned them over to that, man, because He put the world in their hearts. And if He put the world in His heart, who's governing the world right now? The prince of the power of the air. All right, Esau. All right, I got you coming.
Yep, 5%.
It's Isaiah chapter 52, verse 1. Awake. Put on thy strength, O Zion. Put on thy beautiful garments.
Not an Easter suit. Put on your beautiful garment, not an Easter suit.
Not no bunny and shit, right?
Money and shit like that, man.
The holy city, for henceforth there shall no more come into thee the uncircumcised and the unclean.
So we what is it called? Cancel culture. We canceling Easter. We canceling all the folly days. Cancel culture. They want to cancel some shit. We cancel it. We canceling Easter. That's gonna be a lesson. Go ahead.
Like it says, put on thy beautiful garments. Our people, like the brother said, they'll put on the Easter bunny costume, a Santa Claus outfit, and everything else. They'll dress up for these roles in Hollywood, but they won't put on their righteous garments. They won't stand up for the Lord. They'll stand up and do everything Esau say, but they won't fight for the Lord.
Tell them to dress up like Yahweh Shai. You ain't gonna take that affliction.
Psalm
Nah,
chapter
you
90.
tell them to dress up like a house child, they're gonna come up looking like Caesar boys, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
They gonna be like, how does look?
Did I get it? Did I Go ahead, y'all. What's up?
Psalm chapter 90, verse 12. So teach us to count our days, that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom.
Teach us to count our days, man. Pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to the prophecies, man. Indulge in the essence of the moment in time. All right? Keep going.